Welcome to our channel Quaint Cosmos. Normally, what we think space around us is fundamental. Means it's a fundamental thing. I am talking about space. But according to modern theoretical physics, space is not fundamental. It's born out of an emergent phenomenon. Question is, what is emergent phenomenon? You know, temperature. If you think about individual molecules, then they don't have any temperature. If you think about individual molecules, because temperature is the result of collective motion of the molecules. So whenever, if you isolate only one molecule, then that molecule doesn't have any temperature, because the concept of temperature arises from the collective motion of the molecules. Similarly, space here in the subject field of modern theoretical physics, it is not fundamental. Though we know, normally we assume this thing, we see space around us, so it is a fundamental thing, and everything unfolds in the region of space. We see space, or we think about space this way. But you know, quantum information theory is there, means quantum mechanics is there, again holographic principle is there. And they are saying something different. They are saying that space is not fundamental actually. It is a result of quantum information theory, or better to say, underlying principles from which space arises is quantum entanglement. You know quantum entanglement? Particles remain connected across vast distances, means whatever be the distance between the particles, they remain connected. So since they remain connected, that means there is some way, and that way gives birth to what? Geometry of space. They are connected some way, specific ways are there, specific properties remain connected that way, means by quantum entanglement, specific properties remain connected that way. So those specific properties, or the way they remain connected, gives rise to the concept of space, or gives rise to concept of geometry, and from which space emerges. Something like that is the concept behind space. Again, holographic principle is there, which was originally proposed by Gerard T. Hooft and later developed by Leonard Susskind. And according to that principle, that is according to holographic principle, any 3D volume in space can be encoded on a two-dimensional boundary, or better to say, on its two-dimensional boundary. Any 3D volume in space, volume means it is 3D, okay, and whenever we talk about surface, that means it is 2D. So any 3D volume in space can be encoded on a two-dimensional boundary or on its two-dimensional boundary. That means that this 3D space, whatever we see 3D space around us, that is just the projection from the two-dimensional surface. That means the reality of the universe is somewhat different. Though we normally do not think about that, since we do not know physics, most of the people do not know physics. Whatever they see, they assume. Because we see space around us from our childhood. So we do not normally think about this. We think that this is a fundamental property. But emergent phenomenon is something which is not fundamental actually. There is underlying reasons. Means there are more basic components. If there are more basic components, just like the example of temperature, then that phenomenon is called emergent phenomenon. Okay, so here creation of space itself is an emergent phenomenon. And not only space, physicists think about space-time itself. Space-time is different concept. Okay, space-time itself is an emergent phenomenon. So normally question arises, time also is emergent phenomenon. Whether time is also an emergent phenomenon. That means actually we do not know reality of the universe till now. So many theories are there. Again, in quantum gravity models, there are some theoretical models of quantum gravity like ADS, CFT correspondence models are there. And according to those models, space is an emergent phenomenon. Okay. Anyway, so this was all about, that means since we do not know very well about the space, that's why we say that space is an illusion. We do not know still the details of this space. That's why this is called this way by the physicists, not by everyone, by the physicists. Space is an illusion, okay, and it is an emergent phenomenon. Anyway, research is ongoing. So maybe later we will be able to know everything about the space or reality of the space, reality of the time, and reality of space-time, reality of the universe. Okay, still research is in progress. Anyway, so this was all about today's topic. If you found this discussion fascinating, then please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. So this is the end of this video. Thank you for watching this video.